Tommy's RXL Part 3. Chrome trailing arms tonight.
Oh yeah, plastic skis.
And more. We'll be right back. All right, Tommy, so I seen you walk in with some chrome trailing arms. That's pretty cool.
Dug into storage and came up with a very good right one and a mediocre left. So I am looking for a left chrome trailing arm or another pair. And my plan right now is gonna
take it outside.
Dog knocking the camera over. Is going to ERX for the Midwest ride-in. So if anybody has a pair or just a left one, I'm very interested.
Yeah, that's fine. Tommy's going to ERX. We're not sure what we're gonna do. If there's snow, we're going to go up to Tamarack for that ride. If there's no snow, we'll cancel and we'll go down to ERX. Hopefully it's not bare
Play
dirt.
around in the mud.
Yeah, hopefully it's not bare dirt parking lots.
We don't know. Then you're going to do crank seals.
I'm going to do crank seals. Yep, tonight's the night for those. And what are those big plastic things you brought in with you?
What do you mean, old plastic skis?
Got some plastic skis
and
for
chrome
it.
trailing arms.
And chrome trailing arms. So we're all good. That's the plan. We might do some other stuff too, but we're at least going to do that. So I don't know. I guess we'll get started. Hopefully Dennis shows up soon.
Oh, no.
He said he'd be here.
All right, then.
Yeah, because the belly pan needs some cleaning.
All right. We're going to get at it. Oh, that makes it a lot easier to get at that lower shock bolt. Holy cow. Just save it for last.
Yep.
Blast off the rest of the trailing arm.
Yep.
All right. Well, I'm over here, and I'm going to start with this PTO side crank seal, and I'm not messing around. I got the old shake and break out. So let me show you how that goes. We aimed at it. Close enough. If you ask me, this is the best impact driver in the world, but don't use it on anything delicate. All right. That's 2. Three. One more. All right, there's the shake and break. Okay, get those bolts out, and I'm going to say it's a darn good thing we did this seal because it's loose on the crank. It is not touching the crank at all. That seal's junk. Oh yeah, there's the spring. Lovely. So that crank seal was overdue. How's the bearing look? I think the bearing looks okay. Maybe a little rust on the stub that we might clean up, but so far so good. All right, Lonnie's going to pull the flywheel. And Lonnie, have you ever pulled the flywheel yet?
Not with a belt on it.
I've always done it, I think. I don't think anybody else has.
Yeah, I think you have. But I've never done one with belt on it. How do you get the belt on it?
Okay, so what we got to do is all these bolts, like in this one, that hold it on, and then this one back here. Sorry, I'm pointing, but this one back here, you can see the slotted adjustment. So we just got it's these bigger bolts. It's not this one. This small bolt is just holding the case halves together. Right. So we'll gather some wrenches. We'll crack all those loose, and then you just tilt the pump down, and the belt comes off.
Ah, that's where it's at, back there. Okay.
Yep, so I'll grab you some wrenches, and we'll get right at it. All right, there you go. All you got to do is crack that one loose. It's only the 2. So those other little bolts, like I said earlier, they're not, hopefully I got that on camera earlier, but the smaller size bolts with the 10 millimeter head, they're just holding the pump half together.
Yeah, they're not. The only thing is holding this housing on there are these 2, it looks like.
And they're both 12s. Then you can just blast that one back. You tightening? There you go. That's it. Now just push down on the pump. Here we go. Now here's the other thing, Lonnie.
Yeah, that hose is pretty stiff.
Well,
There we go.
the other thing we can do is we could take these pulleys off down here.
Well, or we could just take this hose loose. Because
Nah.
I'm fighting against this hose.
Well, if we take the pulleys off down here, it'll just come off, and I brought you a 10 millimeter, so they'll come right off.
Yeah, it's
We
loose
gotta
now.
we gotta pull these off anyway, so
Yep, it's loose now, so.
yeah, we're just getting a bunch of slack.
Well, awful lot of fasteners for such a small.
All right, so a lot of times these pulleys are stuck. This one,
Oh, that came right off.
this one came right off. But if
Nice.
they're stuck, do not pry on the pulley. Get a torch or a heat gun and warm it up slightly, and it'll come right off due to differential expansion because the aluminum expands much more than the steel. But never.
Why wouldn't you want to pry on that?
Well, the voice of experience here has broken one once from prying on it. They're super delicate. So
Okay.
now I have them. They're super tough. They won't come off. And 10 seconds with the propane torch and they fall off
Okay.
just because they expand.
So they crack easy or whatever.
Yep.
Okay.
So, all right, we're going to stop the camera for a minute and we're going to get the puller. We're going to get the setup to get this nut off and we'll get the puller out and we'll get all set up for that. All right, Lonnie's got the puller and this is an SLP maximum duty puller. So what we're doing is he's going to run it in until that makes contact and then just back it out a little. You can't really back it out too much.
Okay.
And then this flywheel has 6 holes. We're only going to use 3 bolts. So we're going to use the holes, not the
holes.
slots, because
Okay.
the holes line up.
Shit. How do you see the holes then?
Sometimes I kind
I
of
can feel it.
peek it or whatever. But 3 ought to do it on this. We could go with all 6, but maybe we will see if we can fit 3 more. So we just put the bolts in and we run them up with the nut driver, which I got over there.
Okay.
So we'll do that quick and we'll be right back.
Go in.
You want to go in, you want to tighten it.
So I gotta go tightening then.
Yep, you got to set it to go clockwise.
Okay.
All right, Lonnie. Yep, just hold that still with one hand
Okay.
and hit her. Hit her hard. There, that's good enough.
Oh, she came all the way out.
You can back the screw out now that it's out. You can back it out about to where we started, give or take. That's good.
Oh, there's something pulling on it.
It's the magnets.
Oh shit.
Now you got to pull it out, so we leave that on.
Fucking A, man.
Makes a nice handle.
There's some force on those magnets.
There sure is. Now on the crank, there is a keyway, and it's stayed in. We don't take that out.
Okay.
We'll be careful when we put the seal on to not, we'll make sure that we don't damage the seal.
You don't need to mark this or anything? Is this like
No, it's-
balanced or anything?
It's keyed to the crank.
Oh, yeah.
So
Got it.
here, flip it over so
Yep,
the
yep.
people can see. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
the
there it
keyway.
is. Okay.
So that's it. So we can literally set that aside on some place that has no metal chips. We don't want to have to clean all the metal chips off.
There's not a lot of places in this shop that don't have metal chips.
This towel's good enough. You can just put it on it. All right, so the next thing we got to do here, Lon, let me move the tripod. The next thing we got to do over here is push this grommet in because all the wires got to go back in. You don't really have to do that right now.
Okay.
The other thing is we need we're not going to use the shake and brake on this, but we're going to make sure we got the right one. We do. So you turn against this counterclockwise and smack it. So go ahead and give that a try.
I remember this. We've done this before on something.
Oh, we've done it on lots of stuff. Let me get around behind you so you can do it right-handed, not left-handed. Is that the right size? It felt like it.
Nope, it's coming loose.
All right, let me...
Too big. Or too small, I mean.
Okay, I got the other one. I'll be right... All right, so I had to switch this bit out from a number 2 to a number 3. I had the 2 on there to take the water pumps, or not the water pump, the oil pump screws loose. And we'll let Lonnie get at this again now that I've set up the tool properly.
How many are on here? Where am I going?
I think there's 3.
Okay, so
on
here.
this. So there's it's not this little one. It's down here. Way
down there.
way
Okay,
down
yeah.
here. Not this little one. You know, it's the three big
the
ones.
3 outside ones.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So cedar in good. You know, if you need to, pull that bit out of the driver and tap it in. If you need to.
She came
Oh, it came
yeah,
out.
it came loose just like that, man.
There you go.
Cool.
All right.
So I can't really see that one though.
Yeah, that one's a bitch. Looks like you got it.
I think he's trying. I'm gonna smack you in the nose, Mila. There we go. Okay. There we go.
There we
Okay.
go. So you don't have to use that. I got a number 3 actual driver right here for you. Pop those 3 out and the stator should come right out. So we'll bring you back, folks, in a minute. We got to pop the grommet and the wires out next. Well, look at what Tommy's got going. Ain't that pretty? Little chrome trailing arm. And look at, he's got a chrome steering arm on it, too.
The things you find in the bottom drawer of the toolbox at home.
That's awesome. Looking good. The plastic skis look good. Looking good over here. Lonnie just had a great question. He says this looks adjustable. So if you look, it is adjustable, but you can see where the screws were. So we're just going to put it back to the exact same spot. Now there is a procedure where you can pop out this rubber plug here and you can use a timing light. But we're going to go back to the factory for now, and it'll be Tommy's option if he ever wants to do that. But we got 3 spots that you can see the screws like really, really easily, and that'll line it up just perfectly. Not even sure why I stopped the camera there. We just rolled right into this. So Lonnie's going to pop the stator out.
Or not. Why won't that come loose?
Could be they do index in there pretty tight. Try rotating it slightly.
I am.
Nothing?
Nope. Nope.
It's pretty stuck, huh?
It's pretty stuck.
All right. Let's see. It's not that sensor because that sensor doesn't pull through the housing. Not sure. All right, we're gonna do something off camera we don't want you to see. Just kidding. So here I'm teaching Lonnie all this stuff, and you guys have seen what happened. I taught him how to do carbs. Now he's way surpassed me. He's the carb sync expert.
Not at all.
So now I've taught him how to pull flywheels. So here's what we determined on getting the stator out. Lonnie popped. Let me work around here. Yeah. Lonnie popped the big rubber grommet out. Can you see that? And what he's going to do is go through the opening and get on the back side of the stator right there and kind of pry a little gently, not wrecking the wires. Maybe go up above where the wires are.
Yeah, if I can.
And we got the screwdriver going. And we got all 3 screws are out. There's absolutely nothing holding that stator in except for the stator. Wow. Do we need to split the case halves to get that loose?
That thing is not wanting to move at all.
Here, get behind it like you were and give it a little gentle.
Love tap.
Gently.
There she comes.
There it came.
There we go.
All right. So, good. We got a good normal crank seal on this side. We got the little one on the other side. So I got to go dig in the box of seals. While I do that, Lonnie's going to work the wires, and the grommet practically came through.
Yeah.
So Lonnie will get that out. Nice job, Lon. Good job on your first flywheel.
So far, so good.
Tommy, I got some bad news for you.
Dig in the bin for water pump? Oh, yeah.
Click, click, clunk, 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 clunk.
Take that one home and I'll find a nice one. I have a tub.
You're good on this?
I have a tub. Take it off and it'll go home with me and a nice one will come back.
All right, perfect. Hey, I just want to show this to give you an idea of how long this sled's been sitting. When's the last time you seen NGK plugs with the gold plating on them? They've all been like a clear zinc plating for a long time now that I remember. Pretty cool. All right, Lonnie, blast on them motor mounts.
Okay.
All right. So now we're to where we wish Details was here.
Yeah, where are you, Dennis?
We don't know. We were told he would be here, and he's not.
He's a no-show.
He's a no-show. So what we're going to do now is we're going to clean all this up. Oh, we got two more. We got to take out these. They look like they're a 9/16. I can see by the head that they're not metric. So we're going to get off these little torque strap bolts, and then we're going to clean those cases up before we split it. What would Dennis do?
Yup. That's what Details would do.
It's working.
There you go.
She's getting clean.
More brake cleaner.
More brake cleaner. More wire brush. All right, Lon's going to blast this case half off. So here's what we're going to do. So first we're going to loosen these two out by the recoil housing because they're not super significant. They're not really sealing anything.
They're not really holding anything?
No.
Okay.
So we're just going to, and we're not going to like crack them a little. We're going for it.
Okay.
All right, now Lonnie's going to switch over to the 14, and we're going to work from the outside in, doing opposite corners. So we'll do this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then this one, or whatever. He can pick wherever he wants to start, but we're going to do the opposite corners. We got 4 big 14s, and then we'll switch back to the 12 millimeter socket.
Okay. Here.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah, that's life. All right, back to the 12.
Okay.
So
Now.
these low ones, there's 3 low ones and 4 high ones. Then you're gonna do the same thing from the outside in. So here, 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 and then you'll go here, 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 here. At least that's the pattern I like to do. Okay. We'll look up the actual pattern when we torque them, but you know, that's what we're doing for taking it apart.
Here. Here.
Yep.
Whatever. Come on. There we go. All right, what do we got going on over here now, Tommy?
We have a bent radius arm that we're gonna try to get at.
Okay.
The bolts.
From the inside?
Yeah.
Both sides.
See if we can get the steering out of the way enough. And we get the 3/4. What size are they? Did you come up?
9/16 down there, I think.
No. Bigger
Yeah,
than that.
that's a little binked.
Yep, got a little bit of an angle and a dangle to her, so.
Oh, Lonnie's got the camera. I'm looking to
Yeah,
set up
we're
the
doing-
pizza shot.
We're doing some leverage stuff
Ready?
over here
Yep.
first. Ready?
That's a good thing. Thank you for filming that, Lon.
Come on, man.
They really get seized into that aluminum block in the bulkhead.
Any speed secrets on how to get those out?
I got a torch.
Yeah, no.
Out of plastic belly pan? That's a good idea.
Who needs one?
Let me try.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, we got 3 hands over there on 3 sets of hands on working on taking a radius arm off, but the pizza's here. So I'm going to start in on this, but I want to say huge thanks to the patrons for the beer and pizza fund. You guys are the best, and we do love our beer and we do love our pizza. It's a Thursday night tradition here in the speed shop.
Pizza party.
You gotta feed the boys, and we got chips tonight too. So I'm gonna
Thanks.
try to keep some other snacks around now too.
Thanks, patrons.
These bulkhead radius rod bolts are a pain in the butt. You broke her with the breaker bar, Brad?
Oh yeah.
All right. No torch action tonight, then, I guess.
Is that long enough?
No.
Now you got to find the exact length of socket and extension combination.
The ratchet wrench.
Because I couldn't get a socket underneath of it at the beginning.
So once it cracked loose, there was enough room to get a ratchet wrench on. Okay.
I don't know why we can't just leave it bent.
Well, technically, I think you could. You just got to align it to compensate, right? And then it would be a high clearance, lower radius rod.
Compensate. Clear rocks better.
All right, we're just splitting case halves, and to quote Lonnie, I don't want to wreck shit. So I don't know how you could, Lon. They're dowel pins, so they don't come apart very easy. But see, I got a little traction there.
Yeah,
now,
you
got to be careful. Don't hit on these coil bosses. You will break that right off. Don't do that. But over here, this is more substantial. And it's coming up, so we're off the dowel pins. So there we go.
Uh-oh.
That would be the oil pump drive parts, so we'll have to put those back in. But here it is. Here's all our oil pump stuff that just fell out. No biggie. We know how to deal with that.
Well, you do.
It's easy. I forgot that was going to fall out. Oh well. All right, so you already saw how the PTO side seal goes on with that little plate. This one, you just lift it up a little bit, and she comes off. And let's see. Well, the make side seal still seals. That doesn't feel bad. The spring's still on it. The rubber's still rubbery. But we'll put a brand new one on because we never reuse a crank seal. That's bad luck. All right, we're ready to place it. We think we got all our pins lined up. We will find out. It sucks because if you drag a little on one side or the other, you can rotate those stupid bearings, and it just gets annoying. Nope.
Come on.
No, you're rocking. Where are you rocking at, Lonnie?
Rocking about right here.
All right, check your pin there.
Yep. Okay.
All right, let's give her another try. Not rocking?
Not rocking.
Final test, we think. She's good. And it's home.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to torque those bolts before the sealant sets up, and we didn't go too crazy on the extra schmoo, but we'll wipe that stuff up too, just so it looks more clean. All right, here, go ahead, Lon. All right, we're torquing her down. This is our final torques. Lonnie is warmed up already by snugging them down to, I don't know, probably 10, 12. Now we're going to 18 on the smaller bolts and 25 on the bigger bolts. And this is it. Work the pattern, do the job, much more beeping. We'll bring you back when we're done. All right, crank seal, it's on that plate. You do have to use the impact to tighten these screws. And I'm not going crazy with the shake and brake. That might be a bit much. That just turn? Yep. All right, that's why you use the impact. All right, that's where we're leaving the motor for the night.
Right on. Nicely done.
What? You're not going to be in the video?
Well, chrome.
Oh, chrome.
Hey.
All right, I'm not even faking it. All right, so there's tonight's shop night. Tommy got his chrome trailing arms and those fancy little chrome steering arms. I don't even know if I've seen those before.
Most of my sleds have those.
Do they? Well, I just never paid attention then. But
And the skis. Don't forget the skis.
and the
Adam.
plastic,
And the plastic
skis.
skis, yeah.
So Tommy got all that done. We did pull off one radius rod, took it over to the press and straightened it out. It's straight enough. I took the radius out of the radius rod.
There you go.
We did the crank seals. That went great. Lonnie's now an expert on pulling flywheels and doing crank seals.
I don't know if I'd say expert, but wow. that was-
Experienced.
there was definitely an experience there.
Experienced.
Lonnie was like, "What should I do?" I'm like, "Do all this. This is how you learn. Let's
Yeah.
just do it."
Yeah.
And I'm going, okay, no problem.
So yeah, you're just learning on my motor. It's like when you go to the U of M practice dental school, right? Sure, this is the practice motor school. Anyways, we got her done. What?
We don't know the history of this engine anyway. You know, the rest of it might go the first lap on the lake, or maybe it'll last, a couple of years.
Well, we spun all the crank bearings though. They all sounded good. I mean, you never can tell. That's not the ultimate test, but there was no rumbly sounds. So
It felt like it had good compression, like we said the other day.
Yep.
But I do have an assortment of 3 pistons, quite a few assortments of them that I've been collecting
Yeah.
the last couple of years. So
I know this
it's
guy
a
that can.
redhead.
I know this guy that can hold the cylinders
There
oversized
you go.
now.
Ah, yeah.
That's
there you
another
go.
video. I'm not sure if you'll see it before this or after, but I learned a new thing.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, huge thanks to the patrons. We really appreciate you guys. Appreciate you keeping us in pizza and beer and helping us out with some parts and whatever, keeping the shop going. You guys are the best. Everybody else, if you join the Patreon, you get all the videos early. You get to watch them ad-free on Patreon instead of YouTube. And sometimes you get some behind-the-scenes videos. They're usually pretty funny, or I don't know, patron-only videos or whatever you want to call them. They're not like OnlyFans behind-the-scenes videos, though. They're just a bunch of us drinking beer and cracking
And
jokes.
doing stuff.
Whatever else, whatever doesn't make the main role.
Yeah.
So everybody else, hit subscribe. Really appreciate you. Pray for some snow for us here in Minnesota. I understand you guys out to the east of us are starting to get some. We got nothing. We got 1.5 inches on the ground. I can still see my my lawn poking through because I didn't cut it very thoroughly last fall.
Yeah.
So
I did aerate my lawn pretty good today with my 650 Centurion with 136. That's back together and running again. So
That's
I do have
awesome.
something. But we are getting this sub-zero weather, so we're making ice.
Ah.
Yeah, pray for 18
Yeah.
inches ice so we can get out and get the speed run.
Get the speed run sled out. Yeah.
there you go. That's a great thing. Hopefully we get it. All right. Hopefully we'll see you on the lake at the speed runs then.
Be on the lake.
Silly dogs.